Well, I'm out here this morning walking the pasture. Do it every morning with the dogs. They just like coming out here and running. But my main focus is trying to figure out how I'm going to grid off 4 acres worth of just desolate, trampled pasture into rotational grazing paddocks. It's rough in California because if you look around, we're at the end of October, end of November. But if you look all around me, this is what our dirt looks like for 9 months out of the year. And this property, along with the hundreds and hundreds of acres surrounding me, has just been eaten to the nub every year and just run with old school practices with cattle and horses not being moved. So I'm gonna start, I guess, a blog or a vlog or series, or I don't know, whatever the heck you call it, and try and document some of these practices that I've been reading, watching from like Joel Salatin and Greg Judy, where they are moving their animals every single day. They let the cows come in, eat the tips of the grass, and move them. They don't let those animals back on it for a long period of time to allow that grass to regrow, to allow it to recuperate and become regenerative, so it gets a little bit eaten and a lot of bit trampled. Folds everything over, holds in the moisture, and the next season that comes up mulches itself, adds to its own compost with the urine and feces from all of the animals, not just the cows and pigs and horses, but the squirrels and rabbits and coyotes and everything else that runs around out here. What I'm hoping is that over a period of years, I can turn this desolate wasteland of a pasture into a regenerative grazing area for my animals. Biggest problem is everything I see and watch is all from the Midwest and the East Coast area. Nobody's posting anything about how to do this in California. I don't know if it's because nobody's doing it in California, if it's too hard to do in California, or if the people who are doing it are just so stinking busy they don't have the time to post and make and edit videos on how to do this in California. Well, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm horrible about posting videos. My biggest thing is I have a 40-hour-a-week day job. So by the time I get around to doing these projects, I just get in and I do them. Trying to remember to set up cameras and edit videos. It's like another part-time job on top of working the ranch and going to work every day. But I believe that if we're going to get more people on board with regenerative maintenance on our properties, It needs to start somewhere with somebody. Start building this homesteading community, this regenerative growing movement in our area. I know a lot of people that are doing regenerative work on the gardening side, permaculture and such like that. Matt Powers is literally a powerhouse in the permaculture industry. He's a teacher, he's a mentor, he's just huge into it. He's one of my mentors and a friend. I've known him for years, and the man he just never stops. It's his passion to learn new things and then to teach them to people. Not that I'm gonna ever be a teacher. I at least want to document this stuff so other people can see that they're not the only ones that are trying to build a future that isn't gonna drag us down. California politics are rough enough without having to fight the ground too. So I guess I'm gonna cut this video off here. I'll go more into details about how I plan to work this pasture in another video. This area that we just walked is about 3.5 acres. Over there where the cows and pigs are is just over 1/2 acre. Then there's another acre on the other side of that that's so far untouched. So I'm looking at almost 5 acres that I have for actual grazing land that I'm going to work into my plan. Oh, and I've got right up here next to the house, I've got a 1/2 acre fenced in for the dogs. That's got a gate at each end that I may use as in my rotation instead of mowing and cutting down that grass every year. I may just cycle the animals through it in my rotation because it's the same grass that's out here in the pasture. The only difference is it's next to the house. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna call it quits for now. Trying to edit this out a little bit, make it worth watching. I'll pass it on to you guys and see who else we can get trying to build a regenerative grazing system in California.